Alright, what's up guys? I am ePiKnight, and welcome to a special Runelabs edition of the Seercast. Today with me is Ballor.
Still not allowed to set Runelabs on fire.
Not quite yet, otherwise we wouldn't have this podcast. Orange?
All I have to say is amp, 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 quote.
Amp, 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 quat. Amp, 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 quat.
You quat?
You quat, mate. Lime?
Oh, what can we say, Orange? We gotta amp it up.
Geena?
Yes.
The answer is always penguins.
Correct. Fang?
Lies and slander. I set fire to the labs. Watch it burn as I cried. No!
No! Kitten?
Just laugh.
Kid can't even get together an intro.
Wait. So, oh my god. I said no and I thought you were just responding to me saying no.
No.
But I guess Ballor will understand if I say tentacles and that's it.
Oh jeez.
Oh god.
That's
jeez.
the best you're gonna
playing.
get.
Out of context.
And
You
Walter.
know exactly what's going on now, Fang.
And Walter
I
as
do.
always.
Oh my god. This sounds like the when we played yesterday.
And Walter, as always, is in the chat. So, as a general background, a quick background in case any of you live under a rock or are unfamiliar, with
Even the
Runelabs,
moon knows about this.
I think almost everybody that watches this should know at this point, but Runelabs is a suggestion forum.
It is an experience.
It is an experience. We'll go with that.
Special.
So,
That's a great way to put it.
yeah. So basically, it's player generated ideas. You submit an idea, other players support or mercilessly mock your ideas. In our case,
Generally the second.
and the ones with the most supporters get placed onto a poll, and the
Whoa,
ones
wait. Let me just correct you. The ninja updates that get the most supporters get placed on the poll.
that my mistake.
Ouch! Well,
stand
there are
corrected.
Addy and Rune Dragons on there.
That is
The
true.
burn is
Fair.
accurate.
That is in fact true. But yeah,
Or
so basically it's player generated suggestions, and you get to see all of the suggestions. There's a list. There's eventually going to be a search feature. There needs to be a search feature sooner rather than later, but
Supposedly coming next week.
apparently not logged in.
There'll be a search feature elf soon.
Yeah.
Basically, by the time that supporting opens for February, they said there's supposed to be a search feature.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
could
right.
be wrong about that, but that's the assumption.
6 years later, hey guys, Priffinas Part 3 along with search feature.
Yes.
All right.
Support.
Well, anyways, so that's been what has been going on in the world of RuneScape this last month, and the suggestions to come out of Runelabs is a farming timer, a Slayer belt, Addy and Rune Dragons, a trimmed quest cape, and editing GE offers on the fly.
So all but 2 of those are ninja updates.
Yeah, and the only reason editing Grand Exchange offers isn't a ninja update is because apparently the coding required to make that happen is
It's
extreme.
nearly impossible. Yeah, like,
You have to
the way
rewrite the
that
GE.
I understand the Grand Exchange's design so far is that when you put an item up there, on there, it kinda deletes your item, but creates an opportunity for an item to be placed out there. It's weird, but in order to edit it on the fly, it would need, like, the entire Grand Exchange would need to be recoded, from what I understand.
yeah,
Basically, it's really hard.
yeah. So that would
Yeah.
be doesn't seem like it would be a huge update, but it's apparently it is. So
It's difficult to code at the very least.
yeah.
Without
So
bugs.
and then
Yeah, like-
obviously Addy and
So
Rune
many
Dragons are something that has been posed as a suggestion for years.
Ever since Evil Dave mentioned them.
The dragon.
Well, actually,
dragon.
ever since the Metal Dragons came out.
Yeah, ever since Iron and Steel, and then later
Bronze
Myth.
Dragons.
Oh yeah, Bronze was
And
first.
Netherite.
Hey, with that update, we may find the remaining parts of that dragon from Broken Home.
Yeah.
Oh
Support.
dear. Oh, Mr. Mordaunt might mention them as well.
So
Yep.
we're gonna see more. We're gonna see more of the babies that Karapak tortured.
God damn it.
Oh, cute.
Don't
Oh.
remind me. Oh, cute. Oh, cute.
Oh,
We're just waiting for the day that dragons exist.
Let's
That would
not
be
think
the day the dragons died.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so Adian Rune Dragons are an interesting suggestion. Obviously, they're higher level dragons. They would probably be. It seems like Mosborn wants to put them in Brimhaven.
Yeah, he said they seem to be implying 2 new dungeons, basically, and one of them would be the stairs in Brimhaven. You know, those stairs that you can't go through.
Yes.
Yeah.
At last.
That seems to be the implication.
Yeah,
So this is why Dargons need to win the poll.
agreed.
Because it's
And
the
they are
only
winning the poll,
update
so they
They're
will win the
totally
poll.
winning.
Lads.
There's pretty much no way they can't win the poll at this point.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure whether it was Walter that mentioned it at some point, but probably the reason that they're winning the poll is because you know how the other dragons all drop bars. Well,
Yeah.
rune bars being dropped from rune dragons would be kind of
OP
broken.
as balls.
So I doubt that's gonna happen. But hey, if it means that we get like a real update out of this instead of the goddamn Slayer belt or the already existing farming timer, you know.
Well, do remember, we're getting 2 of these, so as long as Slayer Belt doesn't win, I think we're okay.
Speaking of which, the Slayer belt is basically just an addition to the tool belt that drops on your Slayer.
Yeah,
Like-
well, basically, the reason that people aren't supporting it or don't like it is because, basically, from the description, and the mod response, we'd get 3 items put on the belt. 3.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
even
'Cause you
farming
couldn't do stuff
timers,
like the
which
charming
already
imp because-
exist, are basically better than that in the end, which is unfortunate.
Well, you can say farming timers exist with an asterisk because the farming
Yeah.
timers that exist is effectively remote farming.
Remote farming and the amulet of farming and nature. There's 2 of them.
Oh, I've forgotten about those.
Those are actually the ones I thought of first, and then I remembered Lol Livid Farm.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I live on lunars, so
That's true.
I that's the first thing I think of is like, well, there's a lunar spell for that.
Engines
I'm
are love,
murdering
engines are life.
Ganoderps, so I can't.
But yeah, so the farming timer basically just places a timer on. It gives you access to a timer in probably some interface that will tell you how
Actually,
long.
sorry to interrupt, but the implication that they seem to be making was actually that they would revamp the existing ones, which is weird, but I like it.
Amp.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jesus.
Revamp.
Oh man.
Quat.
Yeah, but so yeah, that's interesting. So that's the farming timer. You also have the trimmed quest cape, which has been a hot topic of discussion here around our chat.
Yeah.
But it seems like what they're thinking about doing is making you complete all sagas, all mini quests, and
all post-quest content.
yeah, all post. Well, yeah, that yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, we need a cape that is Taskmaster plus quest cape, but it shouldn't be called trimmed
The thing
quest
about this one is
cape.
that people have said they're specifically not voting for this one because the suggestion posted said they wanted to put tasks on it.
That would need to be like an adventurer's cape, not a master
Yeah,
quest cape.
I could see
yeah.
that.
We need
Yeah.
that cape. Just don't call it a trimmed
Or-
quest cape.
Or have it be, because I mean you've got the quest cape, and then if you here have the trimmed quest cape, could have the master quest cape, which would be basically an adventurer's cape, and that would be,
Yeah.
include all task sets and stuff.
That's true.
Yeah, that could be nice.
But
But
that might be
having
asking too much.
Quest in the name implies
Yeah.
I
bullets
know.
to be quests and mini quests. and stuff. Just call it the adventurer's cape and be done.
Technically, it's a
I-
quest point cape. It doesn't act.
Yeah.
It does, yeah, but you know.
This would be the
I have
trimmed
no-
questing cape.
I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lime. Thank you, Switzerland.
Now,
Thank you,
back
Ryan,
to
for
Kitten
being
with sports.
politician.
Anyways, okay, so those are the ideas in the poll right now. I think that covers all of that stuff. Am I correct? Yeah. So
Yes.
we'll go into. Those are the suggestions that actually won. Now we go into the suggestions that did not in fact win. We'll start with honorable mentions, the ones that actually deserve to be mentioned. First things first, giving Mod Osborne a raise because he's so fly.
Because
Discuss.
he's just so
shout
fly.
out to Schmidt for such a great idea. Seriously, that's definitely one that really should happen.
Yeah,
We're really impressed with the amount of depth he put into that idea.
the
Kelpie-
amount of
Kelpie just-
description.
Kelpie just couldn't handle it.
Kelpie
Nope.
noped that out.
Kelpie's just jealous. I mean, everybody knows that Kelpie wants a raise, but if
He's just
Kelpie
not
can
flying.
stop Osborne from getting one too, oh, he will.
Oh, he will.
He's just not
You
flying.
could see the rage in his eyes.
You could in fact. All right. Jeez.
Don't worry, we still love you, Kelpie. But give Osborne a raise.
The
I
next
love
one.
how all of our honourable mentions are quests.
Well, yeah. I mean, what else would they be?
Yeah.
But I mean, those are the
Gotta do a quest.
those are
Aside from
generally.
the secret rooms, actually, because lol DG.
Oh yeah, lol.
Yeah, I threw that one in there because I really liked it and saw it recently.
And yeah, so the next one, which is definitely worth mentioning, and I really wish it won, is Elemental Workshop 5.
Mhm.
Lime has particular opinions as to why this one ended up losing, but
Because people don't want a quest, it is as simple as that.
I would have loved to have seen this one
Because
come out.
people don't want
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
puzzle, I think you mean.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
from what-
because
alright.
Elemental Workshop 3 exists is why that didn't get in.
Go
Yeah,
Lime.
but 4 was such a
Yeah.
good quest.
I'd just like to point out that it's usually a really bad idea to request a specific JMod to develop
No,
an
no.
update.
They actually told us that if we're submitting a quest and we have a specific JMod that we would like to see design it, do put it in there.
Oh,
Really?
So,
Hmm.
like, for example, since Mod Doctor is the curator of Elemental Workshop,
Mhm.
it makes sense to say, hey, if possible, we would love to have, Doctor do this.
Yeah.
Well-
I mean, I'm. It's well documented my feelings on the Elemental Workshop series. I love them. So, I really wish that this thing had gotten a chance in the poll, but
Yeah. It was
well,
on the
I have
first
other
page
reasons.
for a lot.
I have other reasons for not wanting it to win.
well, yeah. But, anyways.
Yeah, but we won't go into that.
We won't go into those, Lime. But I mean, a lot of this suggestion is a good one, and I really do. I hope it comes back around at some point. It's, I think, borderline medium to large because of where it is in the series, but yeah, I'd love to
Yeah.
see it. I'd love to see it get upvoted at some point.
But then again, Elemental Workshops don't have any budget, like a translational budget.
Yeah, on the
Oh,
one
that's
plus,
fine.
well, it has some.
It has
I mean,
some
there's
because of
books
lore
in there.
books.
Yeah,
But,
but, that's
on
not.
And there was
comparison.
Davi last quest, so I mean,
Davi did
but-
talk. Oh well, yeah, he did.
yeah,
I
he
can't
did.
even remember Davi.
But on the plus side though, it's definitely on a medium scale, because Rite of Passage got closed for being too large, but Elemental Workshop did not. So we know what they consider the scale of EW.
All right, fair enough.
Mhm.
All right, so that's Elemental Workshop 5. That is, I want to see that one again. Let's make that happen.
Yeah.
Next one is
Not for this month, obviously, because it's a small, but
yeah. Next one, also one that I'm surprised didn't get closed, is Marimbo Madness, which is a sequel to Monkey Madness and Do No Evil.
yeah, that would be huge.
This would be a rather large update, but it didn't get closed, so I
To be fair, it didn't get a ton of support, so it wasn't sitting on page 1 or at the top,
that's true.
which
Was-
is why
It had
Was Rite of
6
Passage up
supports
there?
Total.
Rite of Passage was number 1 to 3 for a while.
Gotcha.
So it makes
Yeah, it
sense
was.
why they did close it, because, well, this isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
That's a shame.
Yep.
But we've been promised, hinted at Monkey Madness 2 for a while.
7 years, 8 years.
Yeah. And apparently the code of Monkey Madness is an absolute nightmare, so that's part of the reason it hasn't been done. But this suggestion seems very interesting in the way that it opens up a new town. You do all sorts of different things regarding Ape Atoll, etc. You can read it up.
Pretty much everything we could want.
Yeah, so props to Omnis for suggesting this. Also, it's worth
Maybe with
mentioning.
any luck, it'll get some more support next round.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, next time it's that size of an update.
Next reasonable round.
Yeah, because the next month is small. Also, I didn't mention this before, but all of these updates have to be medium-sized updates, or that was the goal of this month, is to create one medium-sized.
And then, of course, we got a bunch of small updates. But
yeah, but they're picking two of them, later. So whatever.
Yep.
Next up is a kind of trolly thing on my behalf, but the Return to Terra Guard. It has all sorts of lore fails in it. All sorts of lore fails, but the actual idea is really good. Like, I like...
At least he tried.
Yeah,
if it wins, ignore everything except for the concept.
Yeah, pretty much. It doesn't have much support, so it's unlikely to go anywhere, but Watt X5, I agree with your concept here. But it seems like this would be kind of a rite of passage-esque quest, like that. If they gave it the justice it deserved, it would be like that.
It'd be pretty big because it'd be going to a new world, just like Rite of Passage.
Yeah. But alright, so that's Return to Terra.
Luckily, now that I think about it, all the worlds that they introduced have ways to make them so that you can go to them, but not have to see the whole world.
Yeah.
That was kind of clever on their part.
Yeah.
Like what is it? I forgot the name of the avian.
Terra Guard, Rite of Passage,
Naragun.
Naragun. Yeah, all of them, have islands. And... Which place?
I forgot the name of the Aviancy homeworld.
Abina.
That was Abina.
Yep, that's it, Abina. It's because that it's not actually a full world. Someone broke it.
They actually did break it.
So this is going to be really derpy, but how on earth do the Aviancy pronounce Abina?
What do you mean?
They have beaks. How can they make a B sound?
That's a fair point.
Magic.
Great effort. And magic, yes. There's your answer.
Magic. There we go. Like, I was just thinking about that. Like, wait a minute. How the hell do they say their own world's name?
That is actually not important.
Please.
Plot magic.
We all look for accuracy in our
we
pronunciations.
just use magic as a plot device, and everything just falls out.
Fair enough.
Plot magic.
Plot magic. Also, as an honorable mention, is a short but sweet new penguin quest. Enough said. Give me those penguins.
What was the title of the penguin quest?
Penguin quest.
For this suggestion, it was just new penguin quest.
I'm disappointed.
I mean, there should have been Gold Flipper, but it's okay. We don't judge because you have penguins.
If you're suggesting, note to all future penguin suggestors, because I'm sure there are many of you out there. Name your quests. We want your ideas.
Make it catchy so that it's actually gets upvoted. Because I think
make us want to love it.
Oh, we will love it. But everybody else, I don't know.
Not only will we love it, but also make us want to. Because we'll love it regardless.
Oh, yeah.
But, give us that incentive.
Live and let fly.
Yeah.
Alright. So, that'd be penguins. And then another one, this one is one of Fang's favorites, is you have secret rooms in dungeoneering. So I'll let Fang take this one away.
So basically, this was one I was just kind of scrolling around yesterday, and it was posted pretty recently. But basically, the idea is, as you're going through dungeoneering via very rarely, you can find secret rooms that are, hidden, in the bookshelves or a crack in the wall that contain, a mini-boss, an extra strong monster with some additional resources, maybe some rare drops. Just general, cool extra things in a dungeon. And I just really liked the idea of... Yeah, I really liked the idea of, as you're working through a dungeoneering floor, just stumbling across this bookshelf that if you have enough magic, you can move out of the way and just find this hidden little room in the... That would be so cool.
Yeah, it is a very cool concept, and
let me just wish list that.
Yeah, But you can see it up on the screen now. Excuse me. Stupid call recorder. All right. But yeah, you can see it up on the screen now. It's basically what Fang just said, and it kind of gives a reason for those who aren't spamming 4XP to take their time, honestly. Especially if they're harder to see, if they're harder to find, or even if, like, it's an extra thing for dungeoneering that'd be kind of cool to add.
I absolutely agree. Which is why I suggested.
Well, yeah, of course.
Added it to the honorable mentions.
But yeah, like some of the suggestions or some of the ideas that Kaya puts out is like a Zamorakian prayer altar that's overflowing with energy, giving infinite prayer points for the rest of the floor, but it's heavily guarded by an insane priest capable of using protect prayers. Like something like that, like where you have a mini boss and then a significant buff for the rest of the floor, or even for more than that. Like they could do all sorts of things with this, and it'd really be very cool.
Absolutely.
And considering that this is our only non-quest honorable mention, you know, well, other than give Mossborn a raise, but you know,
that's totally a quest.
That's totally a quest.
Yeah, like
Don't kid yourself.
Yeah,
it's a quest. But yeah, so that covers the honorable mentions that we want. Also, we have 2 Seercast ideas coming that are hanging out right now in the in Runelabs, and first of all is Lord of the Kings by Lime, so take it away.
So basically the idea is that Asgarnia is in shambles right now. It's been divided by various factions like the Black Knights and the White Knights, and the royal family is currently absent. So the idea is that both Saradominus and Zamorakian forces are trying to take over Asgarnia, since it's like a gold mine for all the resources they could want. So that means the winner pretty much gets everything that's in Asgarnia. It's up to the player to decide which faction wins, and a bunch of other stuff too. They can keep the current balance of power and stuff like that. It's just a suggestion, but the concept is that Asgarnia is divided, and there should be a quest to just resolve this divide.
Cool. Yeah, so
Sounds good.
That's an interesting idea, and it's up on the screen if you want to read more. I think Lime pretty much summed it up, though. But yeah, it's one of those... Lime's first sentence, though, is in the 6th stage we've had a lot of focus on the gods, but not so much focus on the followers themselves. So it's an interesting... it's another perspective as well.
I forgot to mention that a lot of what comes from faith, in my belief, is that... what I believe is that a lot of what comes from faith is not what the god preaches, but what the follower decides. So you can get you see it a lot in The Mighty Fall. Like, there could be a certain Bandosian viewpoint, but the humans have a completely different viewpoint.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like that.
And you could see that in the world events, like where you go and talk to Bandos, and he's like an intelligent being, an incredibly intelligent being, and you go talk to his followers, and well, they're goblins.
They're hilarious.
They're not.
They're not.
Be a goblin.
They're deeply intelligent individuals.
You do you, Bandosians.
All right, so that is Lime's suggestion, and now we also have a suggestion by Fang that is a cache of souls. So take it away.
Yep. It is a rework to the quest A Soulsbane. It's one of the oldest quests that still kind of exists in the game, like in general, and it's not a very good quest anymore.
Yeah, I did.
I replayed it during the quest competition, and it's a bit of a mess. My favorite part being especially the jump scares. Oh man, they are really scary now. Basically, look at your screen. In the middle of your screen, a small box, about a quarter of the size of your screen, will open up. You'll hear a slight ooh, and then a 8-bit monster will kind of move forward. It's terrifying.
It is actually terrifying because of how outdated the animations
Yeah.
are.
So basically, the quest is very old. It doesn't look very good anymore, and it doesn't play particularly great anymore, which isn't a good thing, right?
Also-
additionally,
Pat Boss.
among other problems, the story is a little convoluted now, and it could be really, really streamlined, in my personal opinion. So, I've basically pitched a 6th Age rework to a Soulsbane called the Cache of Souls that
And cue
involves-
haters because 6th Age. Anyways, sorry,
Yes.
go on.
But it involves, there's Lornab involvement because, I mean, it implied there was Lornab involvement, and I'd like to make that a little bit more evident, like, not, just straight up go, oh, it's Lornab, run! But, hint further at there's Lornab involved, creepiness involving him. And additionally, not have much of the action take place in a random rift that appears out of nowhere, that is made out of dreams, and then you can re-enter afterwards to kill things for only experience, but you only get like 10 experience per kill.
Praise Lornab.
So my idea basically involves going into the nearby divination rift and discovering that instead of there being a Gothixian cache there, this cache has been corrupted by Lornab's influence, and Tolna has fallen into this cache, and you have to go in and rescue him. So it'll still hit the same beats as the quest, but updated and good looking, and using divination and the 6th Age,
Yeah,
and so on and so forth.
I mean, when
Shit's cash, yo.
I did the quest in like early 2011, it was broken. I can't
Yeah.
even imagine how bad it was now. It is now.
It's awful now.
I did it the other day. The combat updates were not kind to it.
Yeah.
No. And even afterwards, like, there's no real reason to play or go back into the dungeon afterwards, because before it was actually a good experience, kind of thing.
For like super low, or not super low,
Yeah.
but like mid-range levels.
Yeah, so for people that were of, level to do that quest and had a reasonable time with it, they could go back in and earn some decent combat XP, kind of like the experiments after Creature of Fenkenstrain.
Yeah.
So no drops but great XP. But now, with everything being normalized, the experience is atrocious, the combat's easy, and you gain pretty much nothing from it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no drops, so you're not gonna...
Hence why we're looking for a rework.
Exactly. That is the goal.
Yeah, that is in fact the goal. All right, so that covers the honorable mentions, the poll, and the suggestions from our own members. Now we get to the good part, where we get to see a smattering of absolutely awful or hilarious ideas.
Excuse me, these are all
I'm
brilliant.
my
and
lighter
should be
out
supported.
right now.
My mistake. They're actually all brilliant, and we'll
Thank you.
start with Saren and Zeros God Swords.
No, just
What's
no.
his lore
This
and why
is
do
one
we
of
need it?
many of these that we saw. Clearly, this is a very popular idea.
And let's make a new general boss for Saren in the God Wars dungeon that drops a Saren hilt.
Yes.
What's his
Thank
lore?
you,
Because
X-
Siren is
X-
very combat focused.
Thank you, XX Natsu XX, for this amazing suggestion.
We
Let's
appreciate
also make the boss a pacifist.
you. A pacifist. Yes.
It doesn't
Let's
actually
do something
attack
that's
you.
like made of crystal with 1 HP so that you can attack it with anything, it will instantly die and give you 200 million coins.
Or
That sounds
That's not what he's going
completely
for.
balanced.
crash the economy.
That
I think it's roughly what he's going for with this idea.
more or less.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
All
I
right.
appreciate it.
Next up is Elder God Swords, because when you have 4 God Swords and are suggesting Zeros, Gothics, and Saren God Swords, why
Go
not
one
keep
step
going?
And
You
then,
must
and
go
then
all the way to the even Elder God Swords.
so I can't imagine.
Yeah,
I can't imagine the questions are going to be asked. Like, so whose god are you carrying the sword of? Because there's nothing above High Lord Saradomin who can do no wrong.
This is true. He can do no
Yep.
wrong.
Let's be fair. Most NPCs in the game don't know that the Elder Gods exist, unless
AKA
they're
100. Well, 99%. of
unless
NPCs in
they're
the
part of the quest, in which case they automatically gain omniscience over everything to do with everything.
Of course.
game. Zinnia.
Of course.
Ariane makes sense though. Like she's a researcher.
At least Lydia hadn't realised that Zaros actually exists.
That's true. She thinks he's a
This is-
myth.
Yep.
Which is true. He is such a myth. He is not bad, guys.
He is actually a myth.
Totally a myth.
No, he's totally dead. Never coming back.
Zeros doesn't
He
exist.
never existed in
DED.
the
He died
space,
dead.
obviously.
Anyways,
He died dead to death.
He's so dead as if he
Died
never
dead to
existed
death.
in the first place,
That's
which
a-
he doesn't.
That's a good one.
He died so hard he died to death.
to be fair, at least Voldarian came up with a good mechanic of getting said god swords, combining all four and then using divination energy and harmonic dust. Because why not?
And then you can only do 1 damage with said sword because you can't work out which of the 4 hilts to put your hands on.
So that's how the 4H
Yeah.
works.
Just gotta like throw it.
You just chuck it.
Yeah,
Hope
it's
that's a pointy
actually
part.
it's actually a
It's
throw
so
it.
unwieldy you can only do 1 damage because you cannot work out how to swing it.
Wait,
I mean,
no.
You failed your
Zanuck
intelligence
to teach
test
us
to
how to
work
use
out
it.
that it's in fact a sword.
We
I
can get
mean,
Zanuck to teach us how to work. Use it.
I mean, if you had a friend, then maybe you could both work together to do some decent damage. But since RuneScape is clearly a single-player MMO, I don't think that's
Yeah.
going to happen.
Yes, Herc, go
Unfortunately.
figure this out.
Support,
Yes,
support
yes.
duo weapons.
If you make a 4-handed god sword, you have failed your intelligence test to work out that this is indeed a sword.
No, duo weapons for duo bosses. Clearly, 2 players working clearly in tandem to
Clearly.
do something amazing.
Anyways, moving
But
on.
yeah.
One of them's a ranger.
Also in the you want bait suggestions, we have the Grand Exchange in Old School, because Runelabs
It's not really
definitely
coming.
applies to Old School,
Why
and
did you actually
it's
bother
clearly not
posting
already
on
being polled.
Fidelity?
No, it already passed its poll.
Oh, sorry.
It's already coming.
My
Yeah,
mistake.
why does Jagex bother talking about what they're already working on? People clearly cannot be asked to read about the shit they're playing on.
That is a good point.
It's almost as bad as Jagex streaming Old School on the RuneScape channel.
Yeah.
Because it's like
Okay,
streaming
that
stuff
makes
from
logical
after
sense. I'll be honest.
It's like
They're advertising their
their
game.
channel.
It is their game under RuneScape. I'm not going to complain about it. I just won't watch it.
It's like
Yeah, I just
streaming
won't watch it.
Hearthstone on
Yeah.
StarCraft channel.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Anyways,
It's streaming a different product.
so
No, it's streaming a game of RuneScape, which makes sense.
anyways, GE
Yeah.
and Old School. That is a suggestion that was posted and rejected. Also,
But-
there were a large handful of EOC removals. This guy doesn't think he needs to explain anything. Mod Kelpie thinks that the guy needs to read the rules before submitting any more.
We love
And
you,
it's
Kelsey.
also like a manual. We don't need the manual for anything.
Yep,
Yeah, screw the rules. I have money.
exactly.
We say World 66 or EOC gone.
World 66 or Riot
The ironic moment when
And
World
Riot.
66
and Riot.
EOC
Sorry.
only.
Also, we have suggestions that are clearly medium updates, like While Gothic Sleeps 2.
I
Rick-
personally
Uh,
like the.
Gothic Sea
I
and
pers-
Boogaloo.
I personally preferred the While Gothic Sleeps 3 suggestion that appeared on the forums a long time ago.
What?
Anybody remember that?
That was a good one.
Oh dear.
That was amazing.
I don't even.
Basically, it was called While
Oh,
Gothic
yeah.
Wakes.
Oh yeah. Oh god, that next idea. I'm literally gonna have to walk away instead of
Gothic
switching this next guy.
And
They're
yeah,
all
the
big
next
story.
the next idea is of a guy that is clearly full of himself. Sir Black Hornet claims that he is a real famous player on RuneScape, which is why I've
He's not
never
a big
heard of
fish.
him.
He's not even a fish.
You sure he's not Wen of himself?
Stuart Baggs, the brand.
Well, shut up.
For those of you who are brand.
Oh dear. So he wants to make a mini game just for himself because that seems perfectly logical. Like when and ask questions like when did he start playing and who and is the truly the best PVM in RS?
Yes.
I
Did he really deleted Zezima in his friends list because of sorting out amp quat XP waster amp quat?
You what?
love it. Yeah.
Seriously,
And
that's
he
my
really
that's my
turned water
favorite.
into wine and sausages into dry gauze.
Oh dear. And so on.
Yeah.
This anyways. I have no words. But the next one is probably the best.
The next one is our word for it.
Sweq.
Sweq.
That is it. That is all.
That's the single word we have to give to the previous suggestion.
Oh god, there is a massive lore fail coming up. This is going to be fun.
Oh yeah. There's
Oh,
some,
yes.
there's
So
some
this
great
one
ones.
deserves to be read.
So the next one.
Dude, do you not realize what this podcast is on?
Oh no, Lime, I've realised I'm playing along.
Oh my god.
I just
you're
hadn't
not.
realised
Don't
how
lie to
bad the shit you posted is.
So the next one by 9H is a new quest series or new world event. I'm just gonna skip to the good part. Where is it? It's right here. Slisky and all of the other Majorat under the rule of Khazard,
Yeah.
the son of a Majorat who was grown up as a follower of Zamorak, began a war
The
against
seventh
the
Majorat
elves
of the seventh Majorat.
and attacked Prif in retaliation of Slisky being excommunicated as a follower of Zeros.
Zeros?
Zeros.
Oh, God. I follow
Zeros.
Zeros.
Heroes. Yeah.
It's
Swear
my
off.
favorite.
Zeros confirmed.
I just
I see
I have
absolutely
no
nothing
words.
wrong with this.
He'll
We
go
should totally
zeros
do
to
it
heroes,
because
just
the
like that.
Majorat send their regards.
Hang on, whoa, it gets better. To stop the war and defeat the Majorat, the elves must team up with the priests of Sophanum because they know more about Zeros than any other beings, not counting the Majorat themselves, and are the only ones who know how to weaken the Majorat enough for them to be killed. The first 2 or 3 quests, this is now a quest series, could be the journey to gaining the trust of the desert gods, Timikin, god of light, and his wife Elidnis, goddess of fertility. Their children, Iktharan, god of death, and Amiska, goddess of rebirth, as well as the 4 demigods, Atmikin. Why are there all these epithets? Krondus, Het, and Scabrous, who all
You
hate
what?
I just
I see absolutely nothing wrong with this. The
I
Majorat
see
The
nothing
poster
wrong.
inconveniently
I see
describes
nothing
Perfect
the
reasonable.
Seems
The
perfectly
Majorat merely
reasonable and
sent their
entirely
regards.
within the law.
Let's implement it tomorrow
Oh
because
my
clearly
God.
dragons can code it that quickly.
Oh my god.
Why would? Do you think they wouldn't be able to code it in a single day? I truly
Just-
believe they can.
just
a whole
play-
series.
They would clearly be coding the quests instead of fixing their servers because those two teams clearly do the same thing.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I'd like to point out this 9-handed god sword tried. He at least tried.
He did try. We will give 9H
Okay,
that.
so is this the one where you get the 4 hilts from the God Warriors, Dungeon Gods, and then 5 hilts from the Elder Gods? And
Oh jeez.
Actually, I think you get
My
8
God.
hills. You get 8 hilts from the desert gods and 1 from Zeros.
And one from Zeros.
8 hilts for the desert gods.
Hang on,
I
wait, my
RS
mistake.
Wikia for the help
And 1
with the
hilt
death-
to rule them all.
Oh,
one hilt to
that's
fire
why
them.
he doesn't know that a mascot would have eaten all the others instead of helping you. He used RS Wikia.
I'm sorry. It was my mistake.
This-
It's my mistake. It wasn't a Zeros hilt. It is actually a Khazard hilt.
You mean a
oh, yeah,
zeros hilt?
right. He's gonna be the new God.
Oh
Next
my
No,
year.
it was a
God.
zeros hilt. God.
Oh, so he's the character that will become a god.
A hilt
Zeros?
staff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's pretty great.
Alright, and this is the reason you don't use Wiki A for lore.
Instead, you should use the lore spotlights that we're going to talk about later.
Yes. Hint,
In the
plug,
limelight.
whatever. Yeah, we'll be talking about that at the end here. But before that, we have more fails to go over.
Gothian Envoy clearly doesn't watch the Seercast.
Next next one is Guthian Envoy, who wants you to mine dragons.
Support. So like kill them and then mine them like the living rock creatures.
Can we
Yeah.
mind these new dragons that are being released? Because clearly they're
Dragon
going to
dragons?
We need to start mining rune dragons. That's a new source instead of all this world hopping stuff.
How
That
to
sounds like a
mine
great
mine
idea.
your dragon.
How to mine? Yeah, how to mine your dragon too.
Mine your dragon. Oh
Come
man.
on, honey, eat your peas and mine your dragon.
Considering this issue for a while, I thought about dragon weapons and armor. Oh my god.
Did you really consider
Can
that?
you even lore?
No.
Well, actually,
What
that's
is
a
lore?
terrible
Why
question.
do
Of
you
course
need
he
it?
can't.
It's a bad question.
Um,
The answer is,
Okay, So Gothian Envoy is asking what is law and why do we need it. I'm saying what is English and why do we need it.
That's the next one. Oh wait, no, that's
Yep.
not the next one. The next one is
Yes, it is.
this guy.
Oh, Ballor. El Espanol. Clearly.
The next one is make botting legal. I wonder if this is going to go through.
Yes, I have voted for this already. It is high on my wish list.
Hashtag last unbanned bot. Next.
For the record, I labeled
I
this.
wonder if Web has hit them yet.
I labeled this one in the thread
once
as
more,
"Please
now.
ban me."
Yeah. I labeled it when I reposted it as in before banned. Also,
Let's keep an eye on this account.
Also, I skipped one, which is by mistake. But
God,
yeah,
you're so bad at.
yeah, I'm actually terrible. I forgot about Dragon's rework.
Yeah,
I'm just
what
going
is
to read
English and
this.
Why do we need it?
I'm just going to read
Okay,
this.
let's all just be quiet and bow down.
Hello, I have an idea. Do Dragons rework and upgrade. 1 is drop Tabble. Do Alles Dragons. 2 is degrappigal upgrade Do Dragons. 3 is damn gay NHP door all dragons big. Can you
Help.
food fight all the dragons? See you next time.
What is English and why do we need it?
I mean, I understand that there are children out there and there are people that do not English, but what?
You what, Nate?
For the
What
record,
is English and why do we need it?
for the record, I'm pretty sure this guy is German.
That's
if
not
you can't
German.
speak English, if you can't write in English even remotely legibly, just fucking write it in your native language. Someone will get to it.
Kitten, the link wasn't posted.
America.
Someone.
Because this is basically a test.
Yeah, this is just Anyways, yeah,
Like, honey, I get it. You have an idea, but what?
even Google Translate is better than this. The thing is, that's not German. That's just
What is
Something.
English and why
it's,
do we
it's
need
like
it?
how
it's an
many
English,
actual German words in
Spanish,
that thing?
German, and
French.
all man
Spanglormish.
007-ish.
So this guy is the European Union. Got it.
Oh, dear.
Yeah,
And
we cannot
people
insult.
wonder why we want out.
Oh.
Anyways, so now we have a blast from the past where anybody and everybody is a Majorat. This time, on this installment, we have Eli Bacon as a Majorat.
Yeah,
Just
but
like
we
the
already
good
knew
old
that.
days.
Wobble asks the question, is Eli Bacon even a human? He could very well be another shape-shifting species, e.g. a Majorat. What is he actually doing with all those pigs?
Eating them.
Just like the good old
If he is another species, what are their overall motives? Just... Oh my god. It is like just like the good old days.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh man.
It could very well be
Do
that
we need
Eli
to have a
Bacon.
quest where we confirm that Belrock is really a Majorat?
Oh hi, hi Siroki.
Also,
Shiraki.
hi
And a-
Shiraki.
A sun guest
Siroki is a
appearance.
Majorat.
Chaos
I
Cat.
was here the whole time. What are you talking about?
Shiraki
Yeah, I
is
mean,
definitely
didn't
here
you
the
hear
whole
his
time.
intro? It was a good one.
No, I literally just woke up.
Okay. Anyways, go on with what you were saying before Geena talked over you.
Oh, yeah, it's quite obvious that all Chelan Ma are, like, the only thing that sustains them is not the power of Ma, but the power of bacon.
Power of bacon.
The power of bacon compels you.
Well,
This-
I think we found the Chelon Ma.
I think we just solved the lore, guys.
You mean the bacon ma?
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Chelon Ma are clearly all the pigs.
All of them. Every single one.
Have fucking fancy.
Wow. Anyways, so next up is this guy who wants to make all players happy, and to that I say, good luck, sir.
Because he's happy.
Anyways, now we also
Sorry.
have the suggestion that made Maud Osborne go home, curl up into a fetal position, and cry. From
Twice.
Lord Spalding wants us to be able to buy out of quests.
This guy's a faggot.
I actually reported that one.
Yeah.
There's a report. Oh my god, there is a report.
Yes,
Right,
yes, I used it for someone that wanted an auto typer.
Right here, live.
Hey, it exists in old school.
Oh my
Okay, yeah, I
Yes,
reported that
yes,
thing
but
too.
Babyscape clearly doesn't need to follow the mature rules of our game.
I reported
I
that
make
thing
no
too.
secret of the fact I do not like the community of Babyscape.
And
Oh, we know.
the last but not least bad and ugly suggestion is probably just an actual typo, but it's still funny. It's a suggestion for Elemental Workshop 4.
I can't wait for it. I hear it's going to
Yeah.
be much better than EW3.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
EW4. This is
And-
EW4 too,
It'd be better than the thing that already exists.
Yeah.
which is hard. It's very hard.
So, Undead
Even get.
Undead Snow. I
Oh,
apologize if this
I
is
know you didn't
Sorry.
include it.
yeah.
I know you didn't include it in the list, but my favorite quest suggestion I've seen recently has to be, well, favorite is in has to be the one that suggests a rebuilding Edgeville event that ties into a Frozen themed quest.
Oh jeez.
I think I
Really,
linked it.
please?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically the idea was Edgeville has been conquered by an evil Snow Queen, and we have to help her let it go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Though to be fair, that was not the writer's pun. That was my own pun after reading the writer's.
That we figured as much. Anyways, so that covers the good, the bad, the ugly, and the Seercast, which could also be
Wait.
considered ugly, but that's okay.
And the penguins.
Oh, and the penguins. Yeah, we got those too.
We did mention the penguins.
Don't forget the Sweq.
Oh, and Sweq.
Oh, and the Sweq.
Sweq.
Nobody forget the Sweq.
Where's
The Sweqmeister.
Sweq?
Oh,
Sweq.
baby.
Got him.
The Sweq
Wait,
and Sorrow.
could you all just
Nailed
recap
it.
everything for me real quick?
Thank you, Cooked Cat.
My suggestion is the best.
Quick
Oh,
recap.
okay.
Elder God Swords, Saren God Swords, and Zeros God Swords. All right.
And
That's
then
all
my
of
five
Runelabs.
suggestions that were actually good, so support them.
Okay. Anyways, so that covers the Runelabs part of the podcast, and well, that covers the Runelabs podcast. We want to announce officially now. We mentioned this last week on the last Seercast, but the lore spotlights that we'd mentioned, they're officially going to be named the Rune Tomes. And-
Can I take care of this?
Yeah, go for it, Lime.
All right. Since I wasn't here last week to do any announcement stuff because I was in the middle of a Tom Sawyer production, they will be officially named the Rune Tomes. If you don't like it, then too bad. You're gonna watch it anyways.
I'm still
Why don't
you
arguing
explain-
that we should name it In the Limelight.
No.
No,
It's a
we're not
personal
gonna name
opinion.
that. This is actually gonna be serious business, guys.
Serious
Even
business.
Lime's
Cirrus.
against that title.
Cirrus
Okay,
business.
so
that
the
shows you
first
how
one-
good it is.
the first one will be a two-part spotlight. It'll be called "The Shadows of the Majrat," and it'll be dealing with like the history of the Majrat as a race. All the guides
And
are
the history
designed.
of Shadows
to be,
is a race.
all the guides are designed to be a beginner's guide to certain lords, so we don't have to go into, and like we won't be going into the more spoilerific parts. And this is for all those people who clearly tried but had the wrong sources, like
Oh,
the
that guy that
definitely.
used Wikia.
Yeah, the guy who used Wikia, which was unfortunate because he definitely tried. So this is
Yeah.
designed to be a beginner's guide for these lores, and the goal is to have each tome as I'm calling them, be between 4 and 6 minutes, and they'll have a bunch of post production so that it'll make it be easier to find all of the information. I'm also looking to cite all of the information so that people can go and check it out for themselves. And this idea initially came up from this other guy I saw on the Runelabs suggestions, who said that they should have a lore YouTube channel. I thought, hey, that's a good idea. We should do it.
If anybody has a
Yep.
link to that, I can pull that up, but I don't think anybody does.
And additionally, I've been doing I've done one episode of a series with Will Miss It regarding lore, so we'll probably cross over at some point
Cool.
in some way, shape, or form.
But yeah, so the first episode of that will probably be recorded next week, and should be up on this YouTube channel for now. Soon
Yep.
thereafter.
DM.
Soon.
Yeah, it depends on how much Lime wants me to actually do for post production. So
So yeah, that's Shadows of the Majrat and the Rune Tomes.
yes, so that is something that is kind of desperately needed because of what we found as being a hefty barrier to get into lore to get interested in it, and this will hopefully bridge that gap at least somewhat if we can get it out there. That would be very cool.
With hope, we can basically create a beginner's guide to lore, and ways to understand it, places to find it, besides quests, of course, and how
And
we
maybe
get
we'll
this
be able
information.
to go into some of the bigger theories out there about certain parts of lore.
At some point.
Such as Farmer Fred is a Majorat.
That
Yeah.
is. Yep.
It's everybody's favorite.
Yep.
That is so 2007. Everyone knows that Eli
No.
Bacon is a Majorat.
Oh jeez. And
Everyone
so
knows
it
Koshak's the
begins.
Majorat. Oh wait.
It was Farmer Fred in 2007. Then it was Kenneth in 2012.
What
And
about the
now
Easter
it's,
Bunny? You forgot the Easter Bunny.
Oh, I forgot the Easter Bunny.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I forgot about him too.
And now the Molgerat thing is out, so...
Hey, the Easter Bunny's coming back this year, so Bill Rat confirmed.
Alright, confirmed.
Oh yeah,
That'll be the ending of Zamorak Heist is, I'll see you soon, adventurer, transforms into the Easter rabbit and hops away. I mean, to be fair, it's being developed by the same dev team.
Oh my god.
Dear.
Yeah. Ollie's team is doing Easter and is doing Dat Quest.
Well done.
On a side note, I'm really hyped for Dishonor Among Thieves.
Yeah, it's...
Especially
Everyone's
since we
hyped.
can't get Floor 61 quest because somebody put it up against the vampires.
Loud angry noises.
all aboard the hype train.
Hype.
In before disappointment.
And before delayed to
Also
March.
true.
In before delayed, yeah.
Third year in a
Oh
row.
my god, that would suck.
But yeah.
I trust in them somewhat.
But yeah, so that has been the Seercast for this week. We hope you guys enjoyed it. I did it a little bit differently this time. So if you have any suggestions about what I have done, please let us know on Twitter or in the YouTube comments. I do read them. You can find
It'll
us.
save us a lot of time.
Yeah, you can find us on Twitter at Seercast. There's a link to all of our Twitters, and it's going to be a slide at the end here that'll show all of our Twitters. But our link, our Twitters are going to be in the description as well. So we thank you guys for watching. We hope you guys will check out the Rune Tomes and give us feedback on that as well. That's something that we think is going to be really important. We will be back after Dat Quest for our next full episode. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next time.
Wait, I thought we were...
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Scales.